The world abounds in change through man's ability.
Well, welcome to Foulcast, everybody. I'm Josh.
I'm Ken.
I'm Doug.
If you haven't picked up on that in the last
362
decade.
episodes.
I think it's been a long ass time we've been doing this podcast.
Decade.
It has, huh?
Yeah. Actually, I was talking about that with D. The genesis for this was my birthday that one year when we went to the murder mystery. I have no recollection of that murder mystery other than I wore a hat. Like, do you guys remember anything whatsoever about it?
I know it was at Boobies.
Yeah. Anything that happened once we entered, other than Ken wore a hat.
I remember being very confused.
Because that's all I have is that I wore a hat.
No, I don't really know.
Yeah, she doesn't know. I don't know.
I remember there being an older gentleman who was one of the actors.
That's more than I got.
and I enjoyed his performance.
Okay.
I don't remember anything about him or his performance. I just remember that he was there and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, we got invited to somebody's 40th and they're going to do a murder mystery. And I was like,
I'm gonna build a brick wall.
it's like,
Who built this? It's a real mortar mystery.
God damn it, Josh.
a Moida mystery. Yeah, I was like,
A Mohel mystery.
Oh, no.
I feel like if there's a Moyle, everybody knows who the Moyle is. Because whenever the crimes he commits are very specific.
Who sucked that infant's penis? Couldn't be the Moyle.
No, the premise is it's a house party, and this couple who recently had a baby, boy, they're hosting this house party, right?
Yep.
And her family is Jewish, but she is breaking with tradition, and they're very unhappy about it. And so they send an undercover Moyle in to make sure that the baby gets circumcised while people are distracted at the party. And at some point, somebody notices that the baby's foreskin is missing. And they have to solve the mystery. And so, like, the mother is like, well, it was there before the party started. I checked. And so they know it has to be somebody who's in the house.
Within the grounds.
So they lock down the set. Somebody in this room is a secret Moyle. And they circumcised my baby.
Gentlemen, I thought our movie making days were over. But we have to bring this tale to film.
I also had a really good idea for a sequel to Idiocracy today. Because someone posted a link to a Twitch channel that just streams AI-generated Seinfeld 24/7. And I'm like, I'm picturing vast swaths of tropical rainforest just being incinerated to power the constant creation of Uncanny Valley observational comedy. And, like, I know that that's not what's actually going on with that Twitch channel, but it sounds like a great start to an Idiocracy sequel where Joe and whatever the lady's name is, I don't remember. It's been so long, I need to watch it again. Especially if we're going to try to write a sequel. I guess it didn't stop most people who have made sequels.
Nope.
But they have to go back. Like the dumb people in the future are like, so we've been doing this, like, science stuff that you taught us about, and, like, looking through, like, old, like, books and stuff, and Joe, I think we can do time travel now, like, for real this time. And he's like, okay, we're going back, but they go back to, like, 2025.
Okay.
And, like, it's that. It's like all of our resources are getting dumped into AI that's being used to control everybody and keep them docile. And they're like, see, this is the thing, though. If that's the premise, I don't know if Mike Judge is going to want to do it. It's too political.
I think that can be across the lines. It's just whoever you're fighting for is the one that's being controlled, right?
I suppose so, yeah. That's a big part of the QAnon thing.
Yeah.
But he is anti-Trump. but does not like to actually get into politics in his work. Well, yeah, man, I just came up with 2 movie premises today. I should just send this shit to a writer. Just be like, split the advance with me if you sell it, and
here, I'll be the idea.
Yeah,
I'll be the spark.
I will just come up with a paragraph for you.
No, I think Secret Mohel has legs.
And a sharp stone.
Yeah. Oh man, was it a sharp stone?
What?
They used the sharp stone.
Oh yeah, they don't. I don't
Pretty
think that
fucking
they
traumatic.
traditionally use a metal blade. You use a sharpened stone knife to cut it. It's
more sharpened to the
It
point.
is sharpened, but like to kosher standards. So like using ancient methods, probably. I think it is more like physically traumatic than getting it done with a scalpel.
I would hope so.
You would hope so. Damn, dude. And I hope those little babies suffer.
Yeah,
They're all, you cut my dick.
not to poke holes in the Secret Mohel, but I feel like I'd have a hard time pulling that one off secretly.
Okay.
It would be a pretty loud experience.
This is why we need to bring in, oh shit, no, he's dead. I was gonna say, John Hughes could pull it off.
Mm.
Like, just have him put, like, his Home Alone helmet on. But...
Oh, so it's like... The point of view is the Mohel? Like...
No, it's an omniscient point of view. You're seeing everything. It's I guess if there's a protagonist, it's the mother.
Yeah.
Trying to find out
I
who's
mean,
circumcised
this
the
might be
baby.
hard. This might be not great to film, and we might have issues with ratings. But I think we need to bring a little bit of our my personal flavor into there, and a little bit of Argento influence, and have the Mohel like the point of view with the black gloves.
Oh my god, yeah.
I mean,
there has to be at least that shot, right?
I
The shot of the gloved hands approaching the
with a
baby
sharp
penis.
rock. Yeah.
We don't need to see the
I'm gonna-
penis.
Maybe just the baby. We don't need to show the...
Yeah.
Because then you got to pay someone to make a little rubber dick to cut up.
I'm just unattaching myself.
Casey
to
would
this,
do it.
Project.
You're done? You're
yeah,
out?
yeah.
You're gonna Cuban out?
No, here's what we'll do. We'll say we'll do it, and then we'll just make sure Doug's really high. And then we'll just be like,
Just
yeah, we
use
filmed
my penis?
Well,
What?
we'll be like, yeah, we filmed it, Doug. You were high.
Oh, I'd believe you. 100%. Yeah, I don't think we should actually make Secret Mohel, but give it to Kevin Smith. He might do it.
Yeah, you might do it
Tell,
nowadays.
tell him
that's
I came
even
up with it on a
worse.
podcast while I was high.
That's
He'll
true.
do it.
That's true.
Hey, man.
What if... God, could you imagine?
Was that your Kevin Smith?
That was...
It started, but
There's
then I
a
was like,
hint-
yeah, that's not very Kevin Smith.
No, there's a
not
hint
super
of a
Kevin
Kevin
Smith.
Smith in there, but...
Yeah.
That's more like something we'd have made Dom say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That
Hey,
was...
man.
Hey! You ever fuck a nun while you watch a baby in a dryer in a laundromat? No, in the middle of the day, man. Everybody's in there doing their clothes and shit. I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
Is Dom,
That is not an exaggeration.
is
either.
Dom still like a missing person?
Yeah.
All right, so he probably won't hear this, and you can leave that in.
No, he's completely AWOL.
I hope things are going okay for him.
I don't know.
And knowing the guy's history, it's a coin flip.
Yeah.
Whether
Yeah.
he's just like living in Cabo,
Mhm.
like surfing and making nun
Oh,
fucking
I had no
jokes.
idea you went AWOL.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
A couple of years. I think he's been.
It was
missing.
after that he had to run in with the law, and then he just disappeared. Bruce...
Yeah, I think it was only a few months after that, right?
Mhm. Yeah, Bruce reached out, was able to track down some family, and they were like, we don't know.
We haven't heard from him.
We haven't heard from him for a long time. So
Yeah.
he hasn't reached out.
And he just abandoned his truck somewhere. His house was abandoned. Like, his stuff was still in it for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I think that even his guns were still in there, which...
Well, I think
seems
they
odd.
took the guns, didn't they?
I don't think they
Because
did.
of the...
I think they might have taken some of them.
Yeah, but they probably didn't
They probably
find all of them.
They probably took some that he was definitely not supposed to have.
Yeah.
Like that Chinese AK ripoff with the sniper scope on it that he tried to sell me that one time. Over joint.
That one time.
Every time I went over. Hey man, I remember you like that. No, he did not remember a damn thing. He did not know who I was anytime I ever went to his house.
No, I remember a couple months after that. Was it a couple months after that? I don't know, but this is when Amanda had first moved back to the area the first time. Like, we all went out to that bar on Derry Street.
Shit, was that on my place or something?
No. I think like one of the Faux did karaoke there or something.
Yeah, that would have been Mark.
I forget what the name of that place was.
I remember singing a Jim Croce song, but the microphone was maxed out and you still couldn't hear me. So it was just like mumbling noises over like acoustic guitar.
But anyway, we'd all went out on the deck, and Dom was hanging out there with like a couple other dudes. And I remember like going to Marcus and being like, "Yo, that's Dom. He was fucking like a couple months ago. The police raided his place because he was outside shooting a bunch of guns. They found like tons of guns there."
Yeah. Yeah, you had a whole gun closet.
Wow, that was the last anybody heard. That was the last anybody would have seen him.
Yeah.
You're the last one in the group to see Dom.
Shit.
Geez, last time I saw him, I was still working at Carnes. Because I went out with one of the managers at Carnes to see Zappa play Zappa in Harrisburg, and I ran into Dom there.
I think the last time I saw him was... I think it's the night we ended up out at that fucking place with your... when I found your backpack.
Oh.
Didn't we start at Chick's that night?
Maybe.
I think we started at Chick's, and...
That was a common occurrence at that time, right?
Yeah, and Dom was there, and then I called...
Dom was at Chicks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think it started...
That's not surprising. Why am I asking for clarification?
I think it was just Josh, me, D, and assorted others, and then I was like, holy shit, Dom's here. And then I called Bruce and you, and then that's how it became more people, I think. But that was way long before the gun incident.
Yeah, that would have been years before that. Yeah, I don't know. That guy just kind of disappeared off the face of the earth.
Yeah, he's somewhere.
Yeah, he got really into the 60s, in the aughts, in the 10s.
That was always weird going over there.
Yeah. I mean, one time we went. Usually, when we went over, he would meet us at the door and say he didn't have any weed to sell us, and we'd be like, "No, we just came to hang out." And he'd be like, "Oh, all right, come in. Do you guys want to smoke some weed?" Like immediately, and the irony would be completely lost on him, and we would point it out, and he'd be like, "Yeah, man, I just didn't want to sell any to you, but I'll share it.
No, just give it to you for free."
Right? Yeah.
He was being responsible.
Yeah, I think he just didn't want to like diminish his stash too much, but like we were all gonna get high off of like half a J, so.
It would get really rough being the one person that didn't smoke. Just be like,
leave that.
all right, guys, can we leave? Like,
none of this is actually funny. You know that, right?
Yeah, like some of this stuff was funny, but no, this is the third time we're on this joke, and nobody's realized it yet.
It's been an hour since we finished watching Decline of Western Civ Volume 2, The Metal Years. Because we would watch that pretty much every time we went over. They'd be like, "Oh, you guys want to watch Decline of Western Civ?" And we'd be like, I mean, yeah, we do. But one time he's like, "Do you guys want to watch this porn I got? It was directed by Benny Hill."
It was directed by Penelope Spheres, who did Decline of Western Civilization 2.
It's just her masturbating. Yeah.
All right, Dom, if I do this for you, you gotta stop writing me letters.
he showed us this tape, and it was just a bunch of women sitting in like a circle, and they had their like feet off to the side, and each one was sucking the toes of the woman to her left in a circle.
Oh, so the original human centipede.
Something like that.
Are they naked?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so they were. It's like, wow, that's really ahead of its time.
Yeah.
I feel like back in the day when he would have been directing a porno was generally just pee and vagine.
Yeah.
And you're done. Maybe the occasional donkey show.
Do you ever like think back of some of the porn you saw when you were a kid and wonder if you could trace down what it was? Like, I'm really good at being able to figure out a movie I saw.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like porn would be really hard.
If you go on SoulSeek and you search for porn terms, you will find a lot of like new stuff that people download off of like OnlyFans and shit. But you'll also find a lot of like old files that have been on file sharing services for decades. You could probably run across some porn that you spanked it to back in the day.
There was this one that we stole from the neighbor, my grandpa's neighbor's garage. That I always remember.
Oh, like a VHS?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just imagine this great porn heist.
That was a heist. We got a fucking box.
You guys are like planning this for weeks and buying the ski masks. It's like, all right, we're going in.
It was. I remember.
Nobody gets hurt though.
I remember it was a lady in a purple bathrobe wandering around like a hotel, and like she would open a door and there'd be people fucking and she'd watch them, and then that'd be the scene.
Oh, and it's like her watching all the scenes. Like, it
And,
would
yeah,
occasionally cut to her.
She
just
was like you know, shocked at it.
Oh, she wasn't like diddling.
No, she was shocked for
Oh.
until like, I don't know. In my, because you know, as when I found it, of course, I watched it for the plot. But the way
Right.
my mind pieces it together, she watched a couple people fuck, and then at the end, some people noticed her and came up, started taking her bathrobe off, and then she fucked two dudes. That's my memory of it.
Damn.
Well, now I want to see it.
Yeah,
built it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to track this down.
This sounds like at least a solid 5.8 on IMDb.
This would have been pre-94, so...
See, what I started thinking of was Karen Gillan. There was a story in the news back when you know, she first joined Doctor Who, and that's when BBC America tried to make it a big thing over here, so they brought all the stars over, and nobody knew who she was.
Yeah.
And she was drunk as fuck, going up and down a hotel like hallway, buck ass naked, sobbing and banging on doors. And this is a real thing that happened. Like, you will find stories of it if you Google it.
Huh.
She was sobbing because no one knew who she was?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
She was just fucking plastered. Like, I think she came over thinking like Doctor Who was going to be a big deal.
Yeah.
But no, no one had any fucking clue what Doctor Who was. And she was completely drunk.
My God.
Yeah, because it didn't get popular over here really till after she was on the show.
So few people knew who she was that it wasn't even a story that anybody had heard until like years down the line. They're like, oh yeah, look at the shit in the news about the first time Karen Gillan came to America.
Oh
Huh.
my God.
No, it wasn't anything like that. That'd be fucked up if that's what we saw in 94.
Oh God. So they had pieced it together through the security footage and released it as a porno.
Well, it is fucking time travel.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. No, that is... That's my memory of the stolen porno. The other one I remember is the one my girlfriend stole from her parents. There's a bunch of bikers and one guy had flames tattooed on his dick.
Well, that one's probably going to be easier to track
Yeah,
down.
that one is very distinctive. That
You
one's
know
probably
what?
not too hard to find.
I'll find it right the fuck now.
It was funny because it was on the foreskin and he had to pull the flames back.
Oh my god. Fucking Ghost Rider right there. What's she up to these days? Yeah.
Well, he just passed away. I know that.
Wait, the guy with the flames on his dick?
No, like her dad.
Oh.
But I don't know. She got some kids, I guess.
No? Not coming up with anything?
That one, eventually, you probably could find it.
Guy on Tattoo Nightmares tells a sob story about a tattoo artist that snuck a penis into his tattoo.
That's like a Disney movie. That's cool.
Listen, I am fairly confident in my degeneracy that I could find these movies.
If you can find the hotel one. Now, this is going off like a fourth grader's recollections. No, it was probably a little later. So probably like 95, 96. It's a 5th, 6th grader.
I mean, I shouldn't say I'm that confident because, like, when I think about it, my stepdad had some porns that I've never been able to figure out what they were. And it drives me crazy because I know the VHSs are just sitting there in the house. But, like, I can't go back and fucking find them. So I've just spent, like, years looking on the internet trying to figure out, like, what is this plot? What movie does it go to?
There's going to be some family function. Fucking funeral or something where they're both there and you're like, gotta go!
I also wonder, though, like, if I'd see them again now, would I be like, oh, yeah, that's so-and-so?
Oh, right.
I've seen enough porn now instead of just seeing, like, what was available in the fucking
did you go
dresser
back?
stand.
Do you go backwards? Do you like...
I mean, sometimes you just look at what's on the front page and
No,
go
right.
down normal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I go searching out 80s stuff.
Right.
I mean... Yeah, I don't know. Guess it all depends on what flavor I'm looking for.
I was not able to find the guy with the penis tattoo of fire, but I did find a story where a man died from a DIY Harambe penis tattoo.
Well, that's not going to be today's Florida.
That's the dumbest person at, like, that's incredible, actually. Did you guys see that dude that wants to be an alien?
No.
What?
Yeah, I saw there's some dude on Instagram that's like getting all these crazy, going around the world to get all these crazy body modifications because he wants to look like a monster. Like, he legit fucking does.
Okay.
Like, he's completely gray, greenish skinned, implants to make, like ridges and shit. He had fingers removed, so he has 3 fingers now. Just had a leg removed. Like, he's terrifying. Which is what he's had his, tongue split and all that other.
Oh,
Yeah.
that one I can't deal with it.
And he's like, yeah, I like to hang out in alleys and scare people. Like, I can't believe you haven't gotten shot yet.
Right? Damn.
Like,
That's a dumb idea, bro.
yeah. And not a jury in the world would convict that person either.
No! They literally got scared by a monster in an alley.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm glad I never got my tongue split.
Were you thinking about it?
Well, there was a point where I was like, if I got my tongue split, I bet chicks would love it. But now, I'd be 38 years old and I'd be sitting here like, I got my tongue split like an idiot and no one ever let me go down on them. Like, This did not pay off at all.
That would feel like a fucking pain in the ass.
Oh, we're talking about eating pussy.
Yeah, but I'm just trying. Like, wouldn't you lose tongue control?
Probably not.
No.
Can you make both sides do different things?
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially with practice, it would probably become second nature. It would just be like you were always born with a split tongue. And you could do.
I feel like if you came up to a
terrible
chick and
things
be
with it.
like, "I have a split tongue, so I can eat your pussy real good," be like, "You'd never talk to me."
Right. Like, I believe that you got a split tongue, but that's not what it's for because it ain't happening.
That's a really weird fucking pickup line, bro.
Oh, man.
Like, I'll take the regular. It's hard enough to get someone to do the regular pussy eating.
Yeah. That would have been a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have.
You dodged a bullet there.
I mean, I've considered a lot of terrible things to get laid. And I guess I'm glad I never went through with any of them.
I mean, getting your tongue split was probably among the worst of them.
Oh, yeah.
That's probably the worst, right? There's nothing worse than that.
Oh, one time I thought, like, if I got my dick pierced, I could probably, like, bargain with it into seeing some titties.
All right.
Because if you're like, oh, my dick's pierced, and they're like, I've never seen a dick piercing. I'm like, aha! A trade.
I propose a bargain.
Yeah, I think that's better than the split tongue, though.
Then I'd be sitting here telling you guys, I once got my dick pierced to see some titties, and it never panned out.
Even if it did, the dick piercing would have been whatever. The tongue splitting, even if that had panned out like you were planning, and it actually worked, wouldn't have been worth it. It definitely wouldn't have been worth it.
I don't know. You'd have sex.
Yeah.
Or you don't, and she just is like, well, I just got eaten out by a guy with a split tongue. Peace.
Everything but the split tongue in that situation has definitely happened to me. Has definitely happened to me.
You were just ahead.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? I was kind of fine with it.
Fucking reanimator.
I mean, I offered.
Doug.
Right?
I offered, and I did not ask for reciprocity.
Oh, yeah, it's on you.
It's on
you.
me.
Yeah,
it's
on
totally
you.
on me. But, like, yeah, that's all that happened. I wiped my face off and went on with my day.
Throw it against the wall.
Flick the coos across the room.
Job well done.
Organic gummies sticking on the wall.
Doug, why are all these gummies sticking on your wall? That's pussy juice.
Took you a while. I got hungry. You might be a little stickier than normal. Oh, this is disgusting.
Yeah, but there's no shellfish in them.
They are allergen free.
Allergen-free pussy gummies.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Pussy.
When you did that, did you have Reanimator in mind? When he's just the head?
I know what you're referring to,
No.
but
Just a question.
no, it doesn't. Reanimator generally doesn't enter my mind when I'm performing cunnilingus.
Gives like +5 to cunnilingus skills, sir.
Pretend that I'm like the severed head of a college professor who like pervs on his students all the time. Like, yeah, I'll give you a good grade.
Meh.
Take it too far, and she's like, let's go upstairs. You're like, all right, but she's got to put you in a headlock and walk you up. Like, all right. I really need to call that split tongue guy back. This guy's even weirder.
You can't reciprocate. I'm just ahead.
It would have to be like a consensual non-consent kind of roleplay
right.
thing. But like we'd have to agree like, no, the reason that you're fighting is because I'm a severed head. Licking your pussy.
All right, let me blow you. No, you can't. I'm a severed head.
She's like, my safe word is Jeffrey Combs. And Doug's like, that's not going to get me to stop.
I get a boner. She's like, I thought you were a severed head. I have phantom dick syndrome.
All right, you can blow me, but we got to pretend my body's across the room. Get a watermelon. I'll draw my face on it.
And I'll just pretend I'm inhabiting that over there while I'm actually over here getting my dick sucked.
You get a microphone and put a speaker in the watermelon, so when you talk, it comes out over there. It's a really weird fetish you have, Doug.
This
What
is
if?
very elaborate.
I don't know why, but it popped into my head that I would be using like one of those throat mics like pilots use. There's no reason for it. There's no reason for it, but it's.
Oh, yeah.
No, not the ones that people who had like tracheotomies.
Oh, okay.
The ones that pilots use. It just
okay.
straps around your neck
All right,
and like
it's
the vibration straps.
Not as
around it.
weird.
It's not as weird, but
Oh my god.
you know what? Now I want the cancer mic. Oh yeah, suck that cock. I'm gonna come.
Then the lust sounds take over, and he's just like,
I hope you just start doing these things without explanation. Next time you're getting physical with Casey.
She would almost certainly be some level of into it, so I could get away with that. I'll report back later. And while we're having sex and she's like, this is weird, I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna talk about it on the podcast. So we were recording when we talked about how we've been doing this for 10 years, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Can you believe, like, it's impressive we've managed to do a podcast for 10 years and, like, still nobody listens to it?
well,
Like, we haven't given up on it, and we haven't, like, we also haven't, like, promoted it.
yeah, that's...
But, like, got maybe double digits listeners, like,
Yeah.
actually listening
Yeah,
to it.
I think so. I mean, yeah, if there was any care put in, we probably could have leapfrogged off the exposure we had back in the day.
That wasn't the goal.
No.
Not really, no. We just get together and hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, honestly, we've said it before, we'll say it again, this podcast isn't for you, sorry.
Yeah.
Like, I've gone through lengths to hide
Yep.
the fact that I have a podcast.
Every time I mention it, I'm like, fuck, why did I say that? They're going to want to know what it's called. And I don't care if they know what it's called, but that means that they can go listen to it.
Yeah.
I don't really care if they listen. I don't really care if they listen to it, but I don't particularly want them to either. This is not for them.
Yeah.
Buy the rights to the people of 717 Doc, just so I can have it, like, dismantled and destroyed.
What's
Disappeared.
The
That was
documentary
a
we
documentary.
podcasted.
Oh! Yeah, we did get some exposure from that, didn't we? The 30
Yeah,
people.
they loved us.
Let's say the 30 people in that.
That was not good
in
exposure.
the Riley Street Theater that watched it and disliked it
Yeah,
because of us.
Yeah. It would have been a perfect segment if it wasn't like 45 minutes long, or whatever it was.
If he wanted to do a mini doc about a local podcast, that was a good length for it.
Like 8 minutes tops is what
Yeah.
it should have been. Because even I was like, Jesus Christ. We were still talking, and then I heard the lady behind us go, finally, when it ended, and I was probably the only person laughing.
You should have turned around.
Yeah.
Just so she could see who was sitting in front of her.
And she'd be like, oh shit, and I'd be like, I agree with you.
Yes. Yeah. I didn't think that documentary was bad.
No, it wasn't.
I just acknowledged that we were the worst part of
Yeah.
it by far, and we were also like half of it.
I never even watched it.
No?
No.
Could probably track down.
It's still
I'm not
up. It's
going
on
to.
YouTube, I think.
Yeah. It's a fine documentary about stuff that goes on in South Central Pennsylvania.
Yeah, but I don't care about any of that. I don't even care about the punk shows that go on
Yeah.
in South Central Pennsylvania.
Yep. Casey sent me a TikTok where this dude broke down his 5 favorite stoner metal albums of all time.
And they were all Black Sabbath 4.
No, no. I had heard of none of these bands.
Mm-hmm.
None of them. And he referred to some of them as like absolute like stoner metal classics. Obviously they were going to be on the list, and I was like, I thought I knew something about stoner metal. I was incorrect.
Do you remember any of the bands?
Witch was one of them, but that wasn't one I don't think that he said was super popular. I don't remember.
So it's not super popular, but it's a top 5 album of the genre.
His top favorite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't like most popular. It was just ones he liked. One of them was just like, he just said he went into a local like record shop and saw the cover, and he was like, "Oh, it looks badass." I bet that's like a stoner metal, like doom metal, stoner metal kind of band. And he's like, I took it home, and it was really good.
I don't know if I ever bought an album off the album art, like sight unseen. I don't
buy
know if I
punk
ever
albums
did.
off album art.
Yeah, I don't think I ever did. I think I had to have some kind of, like, I read about it in a zine or something.
Hell, I bought the Dropkick Murphys album just because it said Dropkick. I was like, all right, I fuck with that.
Do or Die?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good fucking album.
No, not Do or Die. The Gang's All Here.
That was also a good fucking album. I'm sure you didn't regret buying it.
Honestly, I never got that into that album.
Huh.
I like it, but once I heard the Mike McColgan Dropkick Murphys, I was like, all right, that is the superior fucking blend right there.
Yeah.
And I mean, Al Barr, I have nothing against him. He was in the Bruisers, and I fucking loved the Bruisers. Like, that's a solid-ass band. But Mike McColgan, his version of the Dropkicks was the version I would fuck with.
Yeah. Brought the rest of the sound together. I won't turn down any Dropkick Murphys, though.
I have very limited exposure to the Dropkick Murphys. Never.
They're fun. They're fun, and you're guaranteed at least one song about unions. Which leads me into the question, did you guys hear their newer thing that they did that was an all-acoustic album written based on old, unreleased Woody Guthrie music? Apparently whoever's running his estate, whatever relative of Woody Guthrie is running the estate, was like, you know what, I really like you guys, and I know Woody would have too. Like, he sang songs about unions constantly. Like, Woody Guthrie would have fucking loved you. And they were like, we'd like to make his archive like available to you.
That's cool.
And they were like, oh fuck. And so they just did like a full acoustic album just based on that stuff.
Neat.
It was good.
Yeah.
It wasn't my favorite Murphys album.
Yeah.
And it wasn't my favorite Woody Guthrie album either, but it was good.
Yeah, the Gang's All Here is their last album that I really fucked with from start to finish. And I like random songs here or there, but like the first album and like those EPs, like that was more of what I was looking for in like punk and oi bands back then. Mm-hmm. And then the Dropkicks just kind of became like
Irish dudes.
Yeah.
Them dudes from Boston.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, I'm happy for them. Like they've still stuck to their roots. They seem like great guys. Every time a story pops up about fucking Ken Casey diving into the crowd to fight a Nazi,
Yeah.
Warms your heart. Yeah.
but like it's just not my music anymore.
Fair. Honestly, yeah, the last at least 10-15 years, whenever they would put an album out, I would kind of just listen to their covers of the like traditional Irish tunes, and then maybe listen through the rest of the album once. That's pretty much my exposure to it.
I legit, I know I've listened to them, but I only know their hit song because the Phillies used it. Their one closer used it.
What was the famous one?
Shipping Up to Boston.
Oh yeah, that's their big hit.
Yeah, that
I
was
didn't even know
that was his that was Jonathan Papelbon's walkout song. So that's when he was in Boston. Then he brought it to Philly. But other than that, I couldn't tell you a Dropkick song.
some good woes in Shipping Up to Boston.
Yeah, I mean that is a woe.
Yeah,
That's a woe song.
that's a low tritone right there.
The Dropkick Murphys were the first band that like made me think like, wait, what's all this skinhead shit?
Yeah, that was
Because-
weird. That was a weird thing to suss out when you come across it.
I remember I was on vacation in Wildwood, and there was this music store there that I always fucking loved to go to because it was up on the boardwalk. But every year we'd go down there, you know, they'd have like all their punk records and shit in there. So I'd go in there and I'd buy a bunch of punk records and I'd listen to them obsessively for like the whole vacation. And I got Do or Die. And I mean, they did a bunch of songs on there that referenced skinheads, obviously, because they were like more of an oi band at that point. But like they'd also like thank skinheads in the liner notes, and I'd be like, "What the fuck is this skinhead shit?"
Thanks to like special thanks to the Boston skinhead.
Yeah,
Something like
Yeah.
that.
a rowdy bunch indeed.
Right? Like, I mean, okay.
Yeah.
Because
Like the East Side Skins. Whoa, that sounds like a fucking racist gang to me.
if you don't know, like the only time you've heard skinheads are
Yeah.
Nazi fucking skinheads.
We have one organization locally
Yeah.
that uses the word skinhead in
Yeah.
its name. And you know what? They're not the dudes you want to hang out
Yeah.
with.
Nope.
I told Ken the other day when we were coming back from D&D, but I was walking through the grocery store, like, would have probably been a couple weeks ago now, but I was walking through the grocery store and I was coming up the coffee aisle, and I saw this guy at the end of the aisle, and I'm like, oh, that guy has a lot of metal in his face. And the closer I got to him, I was like, oh, fuck.
Oh no, was it really?
Yeah. And I quickly like turned my head to the side and just pushed my cart and walked by. I'm like, if fucking Aryan Nation notices I'm here.
Yeah.
But
I avoided that interaction a couple years ago somewhere.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoop, nope.
Oh,
Like-
180.
Nope.
it was just so
Not
weird.
getting
'cause,
bread
like,
today.
we're inches from each other, and I'm thinking like, he has to notice. I notice. It's not like I look that different from back
Right.
when we were in high school. I cut my hair.
You'd be recognizable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
I'm like, we all have to know.
Yeah.
We just walked by each other, didn't acknowledge each other, and I'm like, okay, fuck.
Yeah.
Got out of that situation.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably best if he just knows that you don't want to talk to him, and he's probably aware of that.
Yeah, because there's been a couple interactions in years gone by where it's just like, hey, man. I was like, oh, hi, see ya.
We're not cool.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
we gave you...
Why do you think we're still
Bro,
cool?
we gave you a shot to redeem yourself, and you fucked it up, so bye.
Yeah. What is weird about it, though, is that he respected the fact that you didn't want to talk to him if he realized it. Like, if he noticed you and was like, well, he doesn't want to talk to me.
Yeah,
It's got.
I mean, I have no idea, but-
It's had to have happened so many fucking times.
Like, anybody he tries to talk to
Yeah.
from school is just like,
Nah, bro.
nah, bro.
yeah.
Him and who was... There was a kid that was in my class who was like the Nazi kid in class. I don't remember his name. He was a skinny kid.
I don't know.
I want to say his first name started with a T, but I don't remember for sure. I know this is real specific shit.
Yeah.
I think he might have moved into the school district in like
I
middle
kinda
school
remember
when
that.
I was in middle school.
I
Is that
kind of.
Tristan something?
Yes.
Tristan.
Yes,
but
it
not
was
Sanchez.
No, it wouldn't have been. No, you're right. It was. It was a Tristan.
Yeah.
Tristan
I
something.
vaguely remember a Tristan.
I was thinking like Troy, but yeah, I think you're right.
No, Troy was a skinhead in town, but he was way older than us.
Yeah.
He was like Alpha Skin.
Maybe I was thinking of him.
Yeah, but there definitely was somebody in your
Yes.
named Tristan that was a skinhead at some point.
I remember I had English class with him in 7th grade. That was also the year that I failed a marking period of English because the teacher was hot. That was the first time I ever got too distracted by a woman to do my schoolwork. I was 12.
Was it the last time?
Oh, hell no.
No? Okay.
No, but I stopped caring about it by high school.
Right, yeah.
Like,
it's just
9th, 10th grade, I was just like, fuck it, I'm a coast.
Yeah.
I always kind of wonder what happened to, like, some of the people you passed in the hallways in high school. Like, this was weird, because I remember this girl had, like, short, spiky blonde hair and a 5-iron frenzy patch. And I was
Is that
like,
Rachel?
Yeah.
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 She's in,
I never
I
actually knew her.
I did.
What are you talking about? I don't think I ever really talked to her, but I think I
Yeah,
remember.
she was in your grade, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Was
I
she?
think she was in your grade, and her sister was in...
If she was in my grade, it's way more likely that I would, like, actually talk to her.
Yeah, no, I met her, at Purple Door one year. I mean, I didn't meet her. My friend Jake randomly met her, and he was like, hey, this is Rachel. She just moved to Middletown.
Yeah. I always used to pass her in the hallway, and I thought I got all New York for a second. I thought she was hot, but we were like never in the same groups.
I almost thought you were going to say I thought she was hot, but it turned out she wasn't.
I was like, hey, I might get a lizard tongue one day.
Would you be into that?
Yeah,
Standing invite to get your pussy licked with my liquor tongue. With my lizard tongue.
I'm a liquor tip.
I'm 14 and very impressionable right now. If you even give me a hint of something that works,
I'm
it's
cutting
over.
my tongue in half. I swear to God, I will.
Yeah, we met at a show the summer before she started in Middletown, and then my girlfriend at the time was so fucking worried I was going to cheat on her with her, I just didn't even talk to her. I was like, she made friends real quick with whoever, and we were friendly, but it's not like you would think like, oh look, there's that one other person that knows who these Christian punk bands I like, but nah. I was afraid to bring her name up, so I didn't talk to her because I had a I was in high school. Yeah, I had a 9th grade girlfriend that was fucking irrational, as 9th grade women are.
I thought you were going to say you had a girlfriend named Rachel, and I was going to be like,
No, I
well,
didn't.
shit, we never heard about this Rachel.
The ex will kick the door down right now and be like, I fucking knew it!
Yeah, she must have thought I was fucking the man.
Right?
You had no cause to be jealous.
Yeah, like, it's all good. It is all good.
I'm not going anywhere.
I get made fun of all the fucking time.
Look, literally nobody else wants to date me. You're good.
You're dating me because I'm the coolest kid in church.
And there's no other girls our age in our
Yeah,
church.
exactly.
See, if someone had told me I could get laid going to church, I'd have fallen into that trap too.
Yep. My dad fell into that trap and he got married off it.
Oh.
No, he intentionally went to church looking for puss and ended up getting married.
It's a place to find it.
Honestly, yeah. Yeah, I mean, once I'm done with a good sermon, I always get good and horned up.
Slurp.
Thanks, Pastor. Didn't need to take my blue pill today. Come on, honey.
Wait, let me get a cup full of caramel covered popcorn before we leave from the refrigerator. Wait. Come on, babe, let's go get some ska dogs and get busy.
Hell yeah. Pick up some ska dogs, head back to the rectory, and she's like, I told you no butt stuff.
That's such an old man joke. It's no wonder we love it.
I told you. Sound like the voice.
I told you no butt stuff. You know who I was channeling? Bobby Hill. I don't know you, that's my purse. Did you hear they're going to start working on a revival?
Yep.
Really?
Hulu ordered it.
Yep.
Who ordered it? Hulu?
I went and re-downloaded the original series. It was like 360p on my Plex. I downloaded the Blu-ray releases. It is.
I think
It's too big now.
I've got like
It went from like 30 gigs or
Yeah.
something to like 250 gigs.
Well, I've I spent, excuse me, a good portion of my meetings today cleaning stuff out of my Plex because
just freeing up space.
yeah, because
Fuck.
I'm really close to upgrading the projector to 4K, and at that point, every screen will be 4K. So I was like, let's free up some space.
And you're already using H.265 for your encoding.
Yeah, I was like,
too,
why
so,
don't
like,
I-
you're ready.
free up some space and really push, because my new OLED TV stuff looks great on it, and I'm like, well, let's. But I was like, I don't want to buy another drive yet. Do I really need to watch all of the American Ninjas, all 6 of them? No.
But don't you though?
I mean, those did make the cut.
for 4K.
No, they're not 4K.
Okay.
They did not get American Ninja 1 through 5 did not get a 4K release.
It's so hard for me to figure out what to delete.
Mm-hmm.
And like there's stuff that's been on there for 10 years that I haven't even started watching. Or I know that like the series has ended and it was canceled, so there was never an actual ending to it. So I'm like, well, it's not even worth watching then. But then I'm like, well, what if those seasons were pretty good though?
Mm-hmm.
And it's I fucking hate trying to figure out what to delete.
Yeah, everything
It
that
hurts.
yeah, like my thing was like, I've got stuff that is legit hard to find. Bad quality rips that I got off Rare Lust. Like I paid for a month of their files storage and just
Because it's the
slammed
only
it.
place you can find it.
Yeah, they're like rare, like
I've got a lot of
Norwegian
full moon shit
DVD
like that.
rips and shit. And I'm just like, I'm never gonna watch them. But also, if I do ever want to watch them, I'm not gonna be able to find them if I don't keep them.
Yeah,
I've got all kinds of stupid shit like that.
that's why I have a fucking external hard drive full of porn.
Yeah, you'll never find that porn again. Ken was just talking about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
I have a lot of like TV shows that I have downloaded just for archival purposes.
Yeah.
To like preserve them because like they're hard to get. Like the Maniac Mansion TV show, the
Oh,
live
man.
action show from Canada. It's not good, but it does have Eugene Levy in it.
Yeah.
But that took me years to assemble a full series. So like, I'm not going to delete that. But do I really need, for example, 1080p copies of, say, Desperate Housewives?
Right.
I don't. I ended up downgrading that to 720p just because I know the person who watches it and they watch it on repeat, so I can't delete it. But I know the person who watches it is not paying attention to the TV while they watch it. So
Yeah, like that's what I was just thinking of. Shit.
Tales from the Crypt Keeper.
Oh yeah. You remember Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad?
Vaguely.
I do not.
It was a Matthew Lawrence show.
Yeah.
In the wake of Power Rangers. It was like, oh my god, we need to take Japanese shows and make Power Rangers.
We just need to do this over and over again.
Yeah, so there was a show
Nope,
called...
you have to call them all Power Rangers. You missed that crucial part of the formula.
They took a Japanese show called Gridman, which was like a spin-off kind of Ultraman, but it all takes place in the internet.
Oh, it's like Mega Man Battle Network.
Kind of, yeah. They all go into the computer, and that's where they're superheroes.
Yeah.
It's could not find it for download. Probably could now, maybe, but could not find it for years. $10 DVD. So I was like, all right, bought it, ripped
It's
it.
worth $10.
Yeah, bought it, ripped it. DVD sat on my shelf. DVD went out of print. Made $200 on the DVD.
Wow.
Never watched the show.
Watched like 2 episodes. But I have them because fuck, what am I gonna?
Yeah.
I have not only the encoded versions but the raw rips because who knows?
I got a request from Casey's girlfriend's husband to put Wishbone on
Okay.
Plex. Y'all remember Wishbone?
Dude, I would watch the fuck out of Wishbone.
Wishbone's on there now.
Don't know Wishbone.
Wishbone was about the little Jack Russell Terrier dog that travels through time.
Yeah.
And like takes human roles. Like he's a dog the whole time, but like
What's the story, Wishbone?
he'll play like not Sherlock Holmes. Oh, he probably did do Sherlock Holmes.
Wait, so it's like Quantum Leap, but with a Jack Russell?
Yeah.
And into fictional characters.
Okay.
Yeah. So he'll play Robin Hood,
Uh-huh.
that kind of thing.
Okay.
Like the Odyssey.
He
I
played a
remember the Odyssey.
slave once.
Oh.
Like he played like an enslaved field hand once. There was a TikTok about it recently where there was just these dudes that had a podcast and they're talking about like, y'all didn't know Wishbone. I'm not going to say the way that they said it, but
Yeah.
like Wishbone was a black dog. he was a brother, and they're like, what? And they're like, he's like, there was an episode where he was literally a slave working in the fields, and they showed a screenshot from it.
No, I remember, like, maybe it was the Odyssey. I remember him, working to get back to his family, and he gets back to his family, and it's a human family, and he's just there kissing his wife. Like, what the fuck?
But like he's licking the actress's face. Yeah.
It's like fucking
So
Octodad.
good. Yeah, it was a genuinely fun show though.
Yeah.
I
didn't mind.
loved Wishbone.
I didn't.
Yeah, man.
I did not watch Wishbone.
I went on Usenet. I like put it in Sonar, and it found a total of 4 episodes out of like 60 total episodes that aired.
A lot of those old shows got like a DVD release with a couple episodes on it.
Yeah. So eventually, I was like, "Fuck it, I guess I'm gonna go to SoulSeek and see if someone has it." And they did, and they had a queue that was several days long. But eventually, it downloaded, so we have all of Wishbone available
Nice.
now. We also got while I
Muppet
was
Babies
at
is
it-
hard to find. Muppet Babies never got a DVD release.
Loved
Oh.
VHS. I got VHS rips.
Is it the whole series?
I think so. Yeah.
All right. I
Which-
might have to try and find that too. See if I'm able to dig anything up.
Well, I think it's a rights thing because of all the
Yeah,
clips they used. So nobody wanted to pay to get that on DVD.
that's fair.
I got a rarity for you guys,
There you go.
because my dad asked me to find it for him, and I did 10 years ago. But, I'd found an actual DVD because could not find it. There's a miniseries called Centennial. Like the late 70s, maybe early 80s.
Oh wow.
And I mean, it's a fairly, like, maybe popular would be the wrong word for it, but it was like a well-received miniseries, and I cannot find it anywhere.
Huh.
Centennial. What's it about? You know anything? What it's about?
I believe it like follows it's a town as it grows through the years.
Okay.
I think it came out around the time of America's centennial.
That makes sense.
But yeah, he asked me about it the other day, and I don't even think we have like a DVD player anymore, so I couldn't just go find the DVD for him again. But I could not find it
What's a western?
in Usenet. And I don't know shit about torrents.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know how to get fucking. I know like one torrent site.
I
to
would
get
go to the
Japanese
Pirate Bay. That's how little
Yeah,
I know
I
about
know.
torrents.
I know.
Or the Porn Bay.
I know Extreme Wrestling torrents to
Yeah.
get wrestling, and the site I use to get weird Japanese shit. If I'm looking for something that's weird in Japanese that I don't know if it's safe or not.
Oh my god. So this is a 12 episode miniseries,
Yeah.
which I wouldn't even necessarily consider a miniseries. It's 12 episodes, but it turns out like it was over 2 hours an episode with commercials.
Yeah.
Like without the commercials, it was about 21 hours long for 12 episodes.
That's an investment.
It's insane.
You know what I have never been successful to find. That's not the right way to say that, but you know what I mean. Raising the Roofs.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
I do.
Fucking
I still drop
fantastic.
get-sums.
Yeah, hilarious. the dude killed himself. The guy.
I remember hearing that. Yeah,
And-
I think you told us. So.
Yeah, and it aired, and that was it. I have not been able to find it.
Raising the Roofs?
Raising the Roofs. It was an actor named
Raising.
Michael Roof, and his like weird ass dad and his uncle. They were like had a house pig or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And a couple of fat guys came up to
Oh, yeah.
Vegas to live with him, and they kept screaming, "Get some!"
Oh, it was a reality show.
Get
Yeah, it's like 6 episodes. It's fucking hilarious.
Those-
is the Spike TV days.
Those like early to mid, or like even just 2000s reality shows, they're difficult to find.
Yeah, because it was built to be disposable.
Yep.
So
Nobody bothered.
yeah.
I had somebody request that we put what was the one with Jerry Springer? Baggage on there, where like
I never saw that.
oh, okay, it's like one person is there to like find somebody to date. It's like a dating show, and then like the 3 contestants, like they all, like all 4 of them, like they have baggage, but they represent it with suitcases. That you open the suitcase and it says what your baggage is, and it'll be it'll be dumb shit like
I like to pretend I'm ahead when I go down on people.
right, exactly. No, there was like the one lady's baggage was that she has like $10,000 worth of wigs.
Okay.
Okay. And then like the dude will be like, man, I don't know if I can get past that. I don't know if I can get past you having $10,000 worth of wigs. And she's like, I look good though. And he's like, nah, I'm gonna have to send you home over the wigs, brah.
Like that's a lot of wigs.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I did find out while I was researching it to try to find episodes of it that everybody on that show was an actor.
Yeah.
They were all
yeah,
just looking to catch a break.
yeah. I mean, even the people in our high school that went on that show came back. They're like, yeah, we were paid to act.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
makes sense.
I did find some episodes, but like stuff like that is difficult.
Yeah, because it was
And what's-
disposable, like made to be disposable.
Room Raiders.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. That show was fucking stupid. It was usually a dude. I think it was usually a dude. Or no, it was 3 dudes.
I think they did. I think it was like a split segment where they had a guy segment and a girl segment.
Yeah, okay.
I
So
think.
they'd have a person. Well, they'd have 3 people, and then they have a person who was like looking to pick one of those 3 people to date, and like they would like
Yeah, I
quote
remember
unquote
that.
kidnap the 3
Yeah.
people and put them in a van, and then they would watch the person that's going to choose one
I
of them
remember that.
look through their rooms and shit
Yeah.
without them having an opportunity to clean it
Uh-huh.
up. And I got a request to put that on the Plex, and I was only able to find a couple of episodes. Like it's nowhere.
Yeah. The fucked up thing about Raising the Roofs is Amazon has it.
Mhm.
You can find it. Maybe you can't even find it anymore. But it's added to my queue. They have the episodes as items, but they all say
playback not
unavailable.
available.
Yeah, and they've never been available ever.
So they have it, but they don't have like the license to actually stream it.
Yeah, I think that it must have been something like they were setting up to get the license, and there was no interest, and nobody ever listed it, and then it just never.
You should contact support. Maybe it's a mistake, and they just like checked a box. That they
Nobody
shouldn't
has
have.
nobody has looked for it.
And nobody's looked for
Yeah.
it. So if you mention it, they might just be like, "Oh shit, yeah, here, refresh the page."
That would be so anticlimactic.
Yeah,
Right.
It's like, well, now you got it, and then you watch it, and you're like, "Ah, this show actually kind of
Yeah.
sucked."
Like, oh wow, that first episode's funny, but you know what? The other 5 are just like it. No, that show was pretty fucking funny.
It was.
Yeah. I mean, there were only 6 episodes, from what I can tell, so I think I've seen them all. So
Yeah,
I can guarantee
you can
that
die happy now.
I can say they were funny.
Like, in the scheme of aughts reality, that was a winner.
Yeah. It was like,
That was just a goofy, my redneck family show.
yeah, it was like Don Vito,
Yeah,
but a redneck.
Don Vito,
but
but
without the child.
Without-
yeah,
all
hasn't
that-
had credible
Yeah, without
like accusations of child molestation.
TV was so fucking wild back then when
Uh-huh.
you think about it.
yeah.
Yeah, once you started doing the whole reality TV thing, everybody kind of just realized there's no rules anymore. We can do anything. Oh, South Park started saying the S word.
I don't like it.
That you can swear on TV now?
I don't like the use of the S word now. I say the S word. I don't like that you can hear shit on TV. Like, okay.
Like, it's funnier when they bleep it most of the time? Is that the objection?
My biggest complaint is in the odd times that I watch wrestling, every fucking wrestler's like, I can say shit, so I'm gonna say shit. Mm-hmm. And they overuse it now. Like, every promo somebody calls somebody a shit. I don't know if you can say shithead or not.
You might not be able to.
Yeah.
When it's forced, it doesn't sound.
Yeah. It like that. The company AEW. It's
just a bunch of shitheads.
Yeah. It's like they have an edict say like, hey, we got approval to say shit, so everybody say shit. You're a piece of shit. The next, it's like, you're shit on my boot.
That just cheapens the brilliance of every freight train promo that's ever been cut. Like, no, he just busts out the profanity and the other dudes crying real hard not to laugh.
Nothing will beat, I'm gonna fuck you up in the middle.
And in the middle of a great, out of his chair.
In the middle of a grade school promo.
I agree. Like, I mean, I don't mind the usage of the word shit, but there are instances on TV where it just feels so out of place. Mm-hmm. Like, they're clearly flexing the fact they're allowed to say shit now.
Yeah, yeah.
They're like a toddler.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Who got a free pass to say shit.
Yeah. We're going to say a dirty word, everybody.
Yeah, yeah, I don't actually care that they're saying
FCC, can I curse?
It's the fact that they can't help themselves now that they got approval to do so.
You know what, though? It's kind of weird to think about, but cable... Like basic cable and obviously premium cable could always say whatever they wanted, mm-hmm. As long as it's not just broadcast on the airwaves.
Yeah,
and it's just the advertisers.
Just arbitrary rules that were set in place.
Yeah.
Well, it's the advertisers.
Yeah,
the advertisers didn't want to put their ads on shows where they were going to say shit. But then eventually South Park became ridiculously... I blame South Park because they said it like 192 times in one episode.
And with a counter.
With a counter. So like everybody was like, oh, this isn't even really... It's not a big deal anymore. But all the TV shows were like, oh, this is the biggest thing ever. We're going to say shit so much.
Yeah. And it's bad because like... You know, it's not like if we're sitting here saying, like, oh, they're so full of shit. They'll be like, they're so full of shit.
Yeah.
Look at the camera and chuckle a little bit.
Or in the promos, it's like, you're not just weak. And then they pause and build it. You're a piece of shit.
You're weak as shit.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, boy. Let one person say it and it'll mean something. And then y'all are saying shit and it's just a bunch of shit.
Do y'all remember that time we were hanging out here? We were probably having a small get-together here. Okay. And Casey's friend, Emily, came over and was talking about the Lost World.
Yeah.
And she's like, just to warn you, there is an autistic person in the movie. And we were all like...
Mm-hmm.
Why did you warn us that there was an autistic person in the movie?
Fucking weird.
That occurred to me the other day, and I was like, Casey, do you remember that? And she's like, yeah, I do. I was like...
That was a pretty fucking autistic thing of her to say, wasn't it?
well, no, because I'm like, so we are both autistic. And she's like, uh-huh. Like, there are at least 2 autistic people in this very room right now.
I was going to say, like...
We didn't know at the time.
Now that you've put it out there, she did pull me aside and say, just to warn you, there are 2 autistic people in this party.
Oh, she's just racist against autistic people.
Josh spent the entire party like...
Trying to figure out who the secret loyal is.
So fucking weird. Stop the conversation to let me know that there's an autistic character. Am I going to be triggered by an autistic character? Probably not.
Did I just... Because this was the first time she had ever met you.
That was like one of the first few things she said. That was the only time I talked to her, and that was one of the first things she ever said. Was
that's why that was the only time you ever talked to her.
She made an impression.
Yeah,
she did. She was so mad that I laughed so hard at her when she said that it is definitely true that you have nightmares if you eat pickles at night, because it's an old wives' tale.
Oh.
I was in the kitchen. I was getting pickles out. And she was like, I don't want to eat any pickles this late because I'll have nightmares. And I was like, that's not how that works. And she was like, yes, it is. It's an old wives' tale. And I was like, you know that means that it's not true. Like, by definition, that's what that phrase means. It's a kind of sexist way to say that something's not true.
People, man.
She was so fucking mad, dude. She hated me already.
Well, that's fine. She was weird as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is Casey still friends with her?
No.
Okay.
No, I think Casey eventually realized that she was actually kind of a shitty friend.
Yeah.
And they just kind of, like, lost. I think one of the reasons that she realized she was a shitty friend is, like, 2-3 times in a row she was in town. Because she lives in New York now. She was in town and told Casey about it after she had already gone back to New York and didn't bother to hit her up. Even though after the first time, she was like, hey, next time you're in town, hit me up then. We can, like, get lunch or something. We were best friends for a really long time. Nothing. She's like, you know what? I think I'm ready to let that go.
Yeah. It's out there letting everybody know about autistic people and living her best life.
Just to warn you.
Just so you know.
There will be an autistic child in this film. Rated A for autistic child.
Boris Karloff walks out in the beginning of the film and just lets you know there's going to be an autistic person. Good evening.
Bela Lugosi walks out at the beginning of the film.
Autistic children of the night.
Listen to that. What repetitive music they make.
Sounds a lot like stoner metal.
Yeah.
Oh. I came full circle the other day.
Yeah?
Yeah. I ran into Liza again.
Oh, yeah, you did.
I had an absolute I'm not supposed to be here moment at the left.
I can't really
Did she
say
recognize
I blame
you?
If she did, she didn't say anything.
Okay. I can't imagine she recognized you. Because, do
you think she does that all the time and still works there?
well, as he described it, she was talking through him.
Yeah, she was in a fucking trance at that moment.
I don't think she noticed who she was.
It was the combination of the subject matter and the gyrations. She hypnotized herself. And it all just came tumbling out.
I've done that so many times.
Yeah.
Give it a lap dance. Hypnotize myself. That's how I quit smoking.
You're like one of those fainting goats.
Yeah, right.
But instead of like scaring yourself
stripping
stiff,
goat.
you strip yourself hypnotized.
I hadn't even noticed she was there. So, like, she must have, like, stealthily snuck in. When she came out, I was like, oh, that's familiar. Like, I put $2 down, and I got up, and I walked out the door.
Yeah, no, I can't say it blame you.
I mean, I let her finish her thing, because I still wanted to see her naked.
Was she on the stage at that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But then I got up, and I walked out the door. It's like, you know what? That's enough of this. I'm gonna go home.
Yeah.
Not supposed to be here.
He said you put $2 up on the thing.
I did.
I have to imagine that that's a very standard tip.
2?
Like, some people will just give you like $2. Like, it can't even be an insult anymore, but like it kind of should be, right?
For a stripper or just as a tip?
For a stripper.
I don't know what
know.
the
I would have no idea.
Yeah,
what
like,
the going rate is.
What's
Like,
the etiquette there?
I would think like $1, like a song for someone dancing around on stage or something. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
I would look around.
I'm not gonna give them like $10, just like for 3 minutes on a stage.
I would have so.
Depends on how clean their butthole is.
Well,
How clean is your butthole?
Oh, that was a Vandal song, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That wasn't on the country album.
It was a deep cut.
yeah. I mean,
I would be locked up. First of all, I'd be awkward. Second of all, I'd be like looking around. I'd count the people in the room. I'd be like, okay, 8-hour shift.
Are you sure you're not an autistic?
I mean, I might become autistic in a stripper. Warning, when I enter that building, I become autistic.
I'm autistic, but only at strip clubs.
Yeah, I very well might be, because, first of all, like, no matter what, I don't tip less than $10.
Oh, like at a restaurant?
Ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, just,
Or at a bar.
yeah, $10 is what you're the base of what
That would be a very expensive night for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's a lot of servers there.
Yeah, exactly. And I would be looking. I'd be looking at it as like a restaurant service.
He's like, how did you spend $600 on lap dances? Like, well, I paid for the lap dance and then $10 tip, right?
Yeah.
And if she put some stank on it, 15.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no. It would, I need to know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing before we go in there.
And see, that's what's awkward about it, because like, you sit down, and it's like, well, I'm not going to spend all my money on this one person doing their thing, but I would think like $2 a song is probably polite.
Yeah, I would think that's fine.
And if there's like a bunch of other people actually there, they should be doing the same. So they're actually making money up there. But you know what? All the motherfuckers there were like cheap tonight or something. I was like the only one putting money out there, and then I'd look around and be like, oh, this is fucking awkward.
Oh, she had given each of them the fucking
Yeah, they're like,
QAnon speech.
nope, not tonight, Liza. Nope, you're not getting me.
That was like any chick that came out. People would like put $1 on the stage for like the entire time they were up there, and I'm like, well, that's just not good fucking manners.
Yeah, I mean, especially if she comes over and pays you some attention, you put another $1 up at least.
Yeah, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, I'm the only one tipping here. I can't make up for them, and I'm not going to fucking try, because then I'm going to be fucking broke. Like, I think I'm being polite and tipping an appropriate amount here. Fuck them.
If the strippers were enterprising, they would look to see, okay, he just put $2 out. Oh, that guy just put $3. I go over there.
Mm-hmm. And they'll do that.
Yeah,
like, like the really good
doing.
strippers will.
Exactly.
You got to play the audience against.
Yeah, exactly.
For your own personal benefit.
Yeah. Like if he put $2 down, I look over at the old dude in the trench coat, and I give him 3 fingers. He puts down 3. He's seeing my butthole.
If I'm gonna show my butthole to somebody, it's gonna be whoever pays me the most.
The old guy in the sweat and
yes.
trench coat. It's going to be the old guy in the trench coat.
Then he gets to see the butthole.
You know what? There was an old sweatpants trench coat guy there, and they all fucking loved him. Like that guy walked in behind me, and I was like, "Oh great, I'm not the saddest case here tonight." But as soon as he sat down, they all fucking swarmed around.
Yeah, I bet the old
that dude
guy,
is just walking up like throwing a $5 bill.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's
the
got
old
nothing
guy.
else
beach
to do with his
dancer.
money.
Yeah, the old guy with retirement. And
Yeah.
just needs to make sure his dick still works.
He's old enough that he actually got a good pension from his job when he retired.
Yep.
Yeah. And
But
he milked it for all it was worth by living to like 105.
Yep.
Yeah, see, I would think like $2 at the beginning just for them coming out. That's appropriate. And then if something comes off, you give them more, and if something else comes off, you give them more. If not, well, okay, whatever.
Guess you didn't want that extra $1. That sounds so bad to say it like
Terrible.
that.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
That's really fucked.
But I mean, if you give them like $5 or $6, I would think that's okay. I haven't talked stripper economy with them. They're still women, so I'm terrified.
Yes.
And I feel like strippers are not the person to talk stripper economy with because
they would totally game you.
Yeah, they're going to game you. So you need maybe a retired stripper.
Unless you're Liza and trying to make a deep connection over QAnon.
Yeah. She climbed off you. You had a queue of Q's on your belly.
Like, slurp.
She drew you a map to Kennedy's or to Jimmy Hoffa's body.
It's actually just a family circus comic with the dotted line that Billy takes.
It's like, well, she's crazy, but damn, she's talented. It's color and everything.
He stayed inside the lines real good.
It's like the old school comics where they had to do the dots for color.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the first time I left that place thinking like, wow, that was just a depressing experience.
Would it have been more or less depressing if Eliza had not come out?
No, I think it was. I think what depressed me is like it's just a bunch of dudes there not tipping them, and it just felt really slimy.
Yeah, that seems
like
shitty.
If you're giving them money, it's like okay, there's a fair trade off.
Yeah. If you're not giving them money, they're just kind of treating them like second class people.
Yeah, if you're not tipping, this is just like Jabba's palace.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And we're going to feed you to the fucking Rancor.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do.
Whoa, who's that? That's the Rancor. Come here, baby.
Oh, it's like, what's that lady's name from...
Divine.
No.
Oh, that's what I pictured.
No, from Orgasmo.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Something the fat lady stripper is her
Right,
name.
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, I forget.
And then Trey Parker dubs over her voice.
Yeah.
You're gonna make me come, or I'm gonna kick your butt. So one of our models of kiosk at work is called a Cumberland.
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm working in a spreadsheet, it will autocomplete if you type a few letters. So I realized earlier today that I was just like, I type the word "cum" at work an awful lot, and I work for a fintech. Like it's not even like it's not like I should be typing "cum" a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I have to type Cumberland every day. You know, Cumberland County. So
yeah. Does it autocomplete when you type "cum"?
it does.
We both type "cum" a lot at work. Hell yeah.
I don't type "come" a lot. I type the word "come" a lot.
Cum a lot?
Yeah, in my dirty...
Like Camelot?
Yeah,
So
it's
comes a lot.
It's
Dirty Arthurian
Yeah, it's my
legend.
Dirty Arthur fan fiction. I think that was
The
a George,
once and future daddy.
that's that a George Carlin joke? They called Kennedy's. Yeah, he had a joke where he's
Cum
like,
a lot.
they called his because they called it Camelot. He's like, they should have called it Camelot because that dude came a lot.
Yeah, he did. And you know what? We should probably have a president who fucks. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
We haven't had a president who fucks in a while.
I feel like Obama probably.
Oh, Obama definitely fucks.
I mean, Trump fucked.
Well, consensually. they should
There are receipts of Trump
Yeah.
fucking.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Russia has them.
Yeah. So does Rob's friend Stormy Daniels.
The thing that keeps me going day to day.
Rob
and I'm
knows
only-
Stormy Daniels.
Rob hangs out with Stormy Daniels.
does?
God,
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That is hilarious.
No, Rob's fiance moved them to Florida. And they like work on a farm, and Stormy's their neighbor. But
Oh, okay.
Rob's fiance has been friends with Stormy for a couple years through horse riding.
That's
So
awesome.
like, Rob, after they moved to Florida, they went over to their house one night, and Rob helped them install a TV. And then Stormy's boyfriend like gave him $50.
That's amazing.
That's a hell of a story.
That's a
Yeah.
small fucking world.
Wow.
You fucked the president.
They hooked up a TV for you.
So, the only thing that keeps me going from day to day, and I am at most 25% kidding when I say that, is the fact that there is definitely a Donald Trump PP tape out there somewhere, and someday it's
Yeah.
gonna get released.
Yep.
I just hope he's alive to see it.
Oh man, yeah, I guess so. Like, I wouldn't be sad if he wasn't.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Win-win, really.
I want to experience the media circus and whatever spin he tries to put on that.
Oh, it's not.
Just hope that he lives long enough for literally everyone to turn on him.
Oh, they would never turn on him though. Yeah, I would love to see the hoops they jump through for it.
The thing is also, though, like, when he dies, depending on how it happens, he could become a martyr to this cause that he's constructed.
Or just to the PP people.
PP martyr.
Yeah.
Donald Trump, 45th president of the United States, and PP martyr.
Yeah, like, that'd be great if, like, everybody bought the line that, like, yeah, it's time to move on from him, but all the PP people would never let it go. And then all his kids got to be like, oh my god, my dad could have had it all, and now everybody, all these people just want to talk about how he peed on stuff.
He could have just owned it, because it would not have changed anything for him. And it's the fact that he denied it up and down that made it like such a big taboo.
That's if he were.
Outside of the taboo of being peed on.
If he were half as smart as he thought he was, he could have spun a lot of his stupid shit in the gains.
He would not have needed to spin it. So, like, as much as there is a taboo about PP play, sexy time PP play. As much as there is a taboo,
I did like that show.
Can you find that one?
Probably.
It's also
Might have to pay for
Matthew Lawrence venture.
Might have to pay for a subscription to a website to find that show, but I bet I could just download it all in a month. As much as there's a taboo about that, there's a bigger taboo about, like, non-consensually grabbing somebody's genitals.
Yeah, it's way worse.
And, like, he just admitted to doing it, and everybody was like, eh.
Yeah.
He didn't even need to spin it. He's just like, yeah, fuck it. I let girls piss in my mouth.
Yeah, and if he did that, then there'd be a lot of weird dudes getting their mouths pissed in, not liking it, but doing it because...
We wouldn't have reply guys. We would have piss boys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It would become trendy to tell Donald Trump all about your adventures getting people to pee in your mouth. On Twitter.
I don't think I could go that far.
You don't think you would tell Donald Trump if somebody peed in your mouth?
Well, I definitely wouldn't do that.
He doesn't deserve that story. He can subscribe to Penthouse Forum like everybody else.
If they're going to piss in my mouth, like, that's got to be a special grade of woman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that grade of woman.
Now, maybe they could piss on me.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's just piss.
Yeah.
But... yeah, I don't know about
you can, like,
getting my mouth pissed in.
Pee on my leg in the shower if you really want to.
I did that to Casey once.
Yeah.
She was a little mad.
And then she was like, you know what? Let it rip.
Well, she did it back another time. And I was like, are you pissing on me, like, right now? And she's like, uh-huh. Like, eye contact. Like, unbroken eye contact. Yes, I am. What do you have to say about it? And I'm like, pass the shampoo?
I love that.
Oh.
I'm going to get his ass back.
I think she got me back more than once. Like, I did that once, and then she was like,
all right, you put it on the table, motherfucker.
I'm just going to piss on you all the time now.
Yeah, like...
That's a healthy relationship.
Yeah, and it's in the shower. Like, it's not like she snuck up on me in bed.
Yeah, like...
popped a squat over me and, like, just straddled me.
If you screw up... and
let loose.
Don't fuck up my furniture.
Casey pees very fast. I have to say this. Because there was a running gag that we had that it just falls out of her. Because she would go in the bathroom.
Water breaks?
She would go in the bathroom and you'd hear... in the bowl, and then she'd be done. And you're like, did you piss already? Yeah. How? I've never met a woman who pisses that fast. So, like, if she did it in bed, I'd wake up to just, like, it's like somebody dumped a bucket on you.
Like a water balloon.
Yeah. It's like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's about all you're going to get away with. There is no greater woman that can piss in my mouth.
I don't know that I would do that now, but I have in my life met women who, if they asked, I would 100% have let them piss in my mouth right then and there. And I would not have enjoyed the pissing in my mouth part.
Yeah.
But, like, I would have been like, yeah, we can do that.
Is there anything happening after?
hopefully.
I
Yeah.
would hope so.
But like that was the mind frame I went into.
Yeah, right.
The
You
other
need to-
situation we talked about, and it didn't.
Yeah, you need to get that.
I'm
The battle lines must be drawn.
I'm so much less pissed off about not getting anything after that than I would be if somebody pissed it off. I would be a little more miffed, but again, it would be on me if I didn't.
Because,
set the
like,
expectation.
You could see their chotch, but
Their chacho,
it's also peeing.
their chucha,
Like,
chicha, chicho, choo.
keep going.
Hey, desperate times, desperate measures.
Yeah.
I'm not proud about what I am, but I live with it.
At least you're not a piss boy.
Yeah. If it's what it
At
takes.
least you wear dark clothing.
For the best. Honestly, I would recommend starting to up the polyester content. It wicks and dries faster.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, scuba gear maybe.
Ooh, like a full wetsuit. Go on, that's why I wear it. How about it?
Snorkel and everything.
No.
She could pee in the snorkel, and that'd be real gross.
Yeah, it'd be awful. How do you clean that? You have to get like one of those flexible bottle brushes to clean the piss out of your snorkel.
I do have one of those.
You go to the store.
Nobody's
and
ever
pick one
said
up.
that sentence before.
Your snorkel.
Get a flexible bottle brush to clean the piss out of your snorkel.
You go to the store and you're buying it and you're just like, I don't know. Is this what you would use to clean a snorkel?
You know, it's
And they're like,
You should probably just
you're
buy
a piss boy, aren't you?
buy a new snorkel, please.
it is kind of weird to think of it, but there is a very real possibility that for the first time in history, you are the person to say that sentence.
Yeah,
It's very possible.
I 100% believe someone's pissed in a snorkel
Oh, 100%.
while somebody was wearing
On
it. That's-
video.
That's
you
probably
can probably find a clip of that on Pornhub.
that's like day 3.
At least on X Hamster.
Like once you like day 1 is like, oh, I like pee. Day 2 is like, hey, bro, pee on me. And day 3 is like, let's get a snorkel.
That's day 3?
Yeah. It's not like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's like session 1, session 2, session 3.
Okay. You move fucking fast, bro. The rest of us like to feel out our fetishes a little bit. Shit, man.
Oh, man. So when we last left, I was telling you guys about an unpleasant procedure I had coming up.
Yes,
Yeah.
you did.
Yeah,
Oh man. I will say it is not as painful as the internet has reported. But that is a weird fucking feeling.
Was it legit electric shocks?
Well, they do like hook like I guess like things up to your nerves, and then I wasn't really watching what was going on, but yeah, they did electrocute your nerves, like get a response out, and you know at first it was like a TENS unit, like it's just light shock, light shock, light shock, light shock, and then they're like, all right, this one's gonna feel like a heavier tap, so they're like cranking that voltage up on you, and then they're finally like, all right, big one coming up, and you feel that, and it's not like it's a pain, but it's not a pain.
Yeah.
It's a weird fucking feeling.
Yeah, electric
like,
shock it's a very distinct weird feeling.
Yeah.
I stuck my finger in an empty fuse socket in my fuse box when I lived in my trailer.
Uh-huh.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I've touched electric fences and that like the seizing of the muscle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I stuck a paperclip in a wall socket.
So
That
we're all
was in the
dumb
middle of
shit.
the
Yeah, we're
science
talking
class.
about right now.
Those little fucking sockets they used to have on the desks.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh yeah, paperclip. Fuck. Not gonna do that again. But yeah, so like, it seemed like that was the most aggressive portion of the test, and the needle part, like I had that wrong. The way I understood online, I thought like they stuck needles in you and they like electrocuted the needles to like stimulate the nerves or something. But no, what they do is they stick needles and they're like It's described as like acupuncture needles.
Yeah.
She was like,
Okay.
you won't even feel them. They're
Like very
small,
thin.
like acupuncture needles. They stick those into the muscles, and they have you like move certain ways, and they pick up like sound waves off it.
Oh,
that's-
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Neat.
it was interesting. And the first one they stuck in, I was like, oh yeah, that was nothing. I didn't even feel that shit. But you know what? The one they stuck into my calf, I was like, all right, that's not really a pain, but that is a weird fucking feeling. Then they like stuck one up here, and I was like, okay, that's something.
It's like if you ever grab something that's fiberglass
Ah,
and you get that in, and you're like, there's something in my skin.
yeah.
There's something in there.
And then you just start screaming and unintelligibly.
Well, like, and you're like, and I can feel it when I move, and I don't know how to get it out of there. This is weird as fuck. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, like, most of the needles were not very bad, but that lady put a fucking needle in my hip. I think she fucking hit the nerve. Like, I felt that shit go in, and I felt it turn, and then, I had to do my motion, and I felt that too. That was fucking miserable.
Oh.
That one specifically fucking sucked.
And you said that people had said that was going to be the most unpleasant one.
No, people just made it sound like
Procedure
the
was
whole
bad.
procedure was fucking horrible. And the procedure, it's my least favorite procedure I've had done.
Yeah.
But it's
And that
largely
includes
tolerable.
like, surgery.
No, I'd probably rather have another EMG than have my teeth pulled again. That, and even that, most of the time, the recovery was the worst part.
We've started contacting dental clinics in Cancun.
Yeah,
We're gonna get my teethers fixed.
I'll go down to Cancun with you guys and bang all the whores.
Gotta get the Mexican.
I'll
whores.
just go along and be the banker, make sure we don't lose too much money.
And I'll tell you what, people do have like reservations about going to Mexico for stuff like that, but like the Mexican whores are just as good as ours. They're just less expensive.
That's where that weird guy got his fingers removed. That alien guy.
Yeah.
He's getting all his shit done.
Sounds about right.
Because they'll do it.
Yeah. So, any conclusive result from that testing, or you have to wait until they come back?
Oh yeah, my nerves are dying.
Oh,
So that's no fun.
can they like slow or halt the progress of that?
Theoretically, but they would have to find out what's wrong. And my doctor's just like, yeah, take a multivitamin about it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So I was like, well, do I need any tests? Do I go back to the neurologist for anything? It's like, no, just come see us in 3 months and we'll see how it is from there. It's like, well, is that standard?
Like, do you want to talk to me about this at all?
Because, like,
God.
if my nerves die, that's going to be pretty bad for me in the future. Not going to be able to walk.
Yeah, like, I'm not looking
Or-
forward to this. Can you maybe give me more information?
Yeah, please.
Worst case scenario, I wouldn't be able to walk.
Right.
But likely I'd just be in a lot of pain.
Not great.
Yeah.
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 Apparently that's going on with Hulk Hogan.
Good. I mean,
He doesn't have any pain, but he has no feeling in his lower body.
oh, whole lower body.
Whole lower body.
Wow. Can he still move?
He's walking with a cane, from what I heard.
But he's got no feeling.
No feeling.
Wow.
It's according to Kurt Angle.
What?
That's
What about Kurt Angle?
That's who said this about.
Oh, according to Kurt Angle. Okay.
Yeah.
I just didn't process the word that you said.
Yeah, so it's like...
Warning. There's an autistic person in the room.
Take the multivitamin, look up other supplements that are supposed to help with neuropathy, even though I believe it's all like hoodoo.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's things like alpha lipoic acids that are supposed to be good for neuropathy.
All right.
That's the best
So-
lead you have with this doctor, so.
And I mean, I posted on like neuropathy forums and I'm like, so what's the fucking deal with this, dude? And they're like, well, they probably just think you have a B vitamin deficiency, and that's why they're giving you a multivitamin to see how it improves it.
Shouldn't have to go to the internet to find that out.
And
No.
yeah.
It would have been nice if they really thought you had a vitamin B deficiency.
Just say that.
Give you a vitamin V injection.
Which
they
why
can just shoot them in your ass.
Yeah.
In the cheek, not in the hole. They're not going to give you a vitamin B cream pie.
Yeah, I'm like, shouldn't I come in for
Fart it
testing
out.
or anything? No, we'll see you in 3 months. Like, well, shit.
Jesus.
And it look up like other doctors and can't get into them, within like 3 months. So it's like, well, that's what I'm going to have to do.
You're just going to have to sit there and stew on that for 3 months.
Yeah.
That's fucking...
I'm like, so is the neurologist who did this my neurologist now, or was this just a one-time procedure and I'm not actually like their thing? And well, they didn't have me like fill out new patient charts or anything, so nope, it was just like, you're referred to them for this test. It's like, oh, sweet.
So, okay, God forbid, do they want you to like take that test result back to your GP and have him explain it? Because I don't know.
He is the one that's like, all right, you got to take a multivitamin now.
I mean, it's probably the best advice he's given you so far.
Yeah, but he should probably explain it.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Should rely on you to go to the internet to figure out what the fuck
I
why
mean,
he's doing what he's doing.
There's something to be said for informed consent.
Yeah.
In medicine.
I have no faith in the medical system at all.
Fuck.
Like I told you guys, I used to think it was just my doctor, but I'm learning that it's just doctors.
And even more specifically, like doctors in a system where like medicine has been privatized and commodified so much.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if you were rich, you'd be getting really good care. That's the fucked up part. You'd be paying a lot more for it too, but like you'd be able to afford that.
Right,
Yeah.
So that's where I am.
Or if you were an outlier, if you were
Like valuable enough for testing, like
well,
they
like
could
my
get
wife
information from
have,
you.
have a heart attack real young, and everybody's like, "Ooh, we're gonna give you the best care because we don't know why that happened." Ooh,
Yeah.
like, yeah. I mean, glad, but like,
Glad to help the medical community.
yeah, why aren't you doing this for everybody?
Yeah.
Like she gets it's since she hasn't had any issues since. Really, it's just follow-ups and aftercare at this point, but. She had no problem getting any appointment until they got her straightened out.
It's all... It's fucking weird because it's like... All the issues I've had in the last 6 months, I'm always like, well, I've read on the internet, this can happen because of this. Why aren't they fucking looking into make sure this isn't what's happening? They're just like, okay, these numbers are fine.
God forbid you tell them that you went on the internet.
Yeah.
Because
right.
like, well, are those numbers fine? It's just the fact that I'm looking on the internet that's like, all right, these are just extreme fucking cases. Because you find the people on the internet who are like, yeah, my numbers are fine. Now I've got cirrhosis.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like, oh,
And
well.
you have no frame of reference for that. Yeah.
Yeah. Because anytime I bring up my liver to the doctors, they're like, oh, well, your numbers are good now. Like, yeah, but they fucking weren't 6 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, looking back after they put me on high blood pressure meds, my blood pressure didn't go up.
Mm-hmm.
It was always like that.
Yeah.
And previous doctors had just been like, "We're not concerned." But the moment I hit like 40 years old, they're like, "Oh, your blood pressure is like, it's high. Like we should really do something to get that under control." And I'm like, should we have not done something about that like 20 years ago?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we should have.
Yeah,
but we
but
didn't, so we
you
need to
didn't
do it now.
Hit every checkbox, so oh well.
You only have to hit one checkbox now.
Yep. Yeah, you're in the fast track now, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got my asshole test back.
Oh.
Yeah. Don't
How's
have
your
cancer.
Good.
Oh, wasn't even pre-cancer.
Bones for not
Perfect.
having cancer.
Just-
Monster fucking polyps, but
Which they
benign.
removed, yeah.
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 So I think I just go back in 3 years to get my asshole scoped again. Or maybe it's 2 years now. Maybe it's 40. I don't know.
And you were
It's
out
40.
for that.
45 is when they want the standard age to check.
40 was when they originally wanted to do me
Yeah.
because of the family history.
Okay.
But then all the shit that happened in the last few months, the guy was like, all right, we'll just do it now. Because, you know, your
Yeah,
insides don't work anymore.
No idea what's going on up there. We need to get a man on the inside.
No, they tend to bump you up for, like, exams for that kind of stuff. If you've had, like, somebody in your immediate family die before age 50 or
The
something
way
like
it was
that?
just explained to me was, if somebody in your family had it, they look back 10 years before it was found.
Ah, okay.
So, like,
Got it. That
if
makes
somebody had
perfect
it at
sense.
45, if your
They
mom had
probably
it at
could have
45,
caught
they
it
want
at
to check you at
35.
35.
Yeah. So my great uncle, my grandmother's brother, died of either colon or prostate cancer. But I think he was in his 60s.
Yeah, you're good.
So I should probably just follow the normal schedule.
Yeah, because when I explained it to my doc, I explained about my mom, and he was like, "When was that?" I was like, "I don't know, like 65." And he was like, "You're good.
See,
We're gonna get to you at 45 before we would."
mine were, my grandparents were the ones that had it. And I don't think they found it in them until like their 80s.
Wow.
But as soon as I told them about it, they were like, oh yeah, 40s. We'll do you in 2 years. And then all this shit happened, and they're like, we'll do you now.
Yeah, right.
Did they set you to 40 before you had trouble?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 40 was the initial. Like, they sent me to the GI because my doctor wanted me to get not a colonoscopy, but the one they go down the throat.
Endoscopy?
Endoscopy, yeah. He wanted me to get an endoscopy because I told him I was having, like, neurological stuff. I was like, I'm having, like, phantom pressures pop up all around. He's like, oh, well, that must be your stomach. We're going to have you get an endoscopy. And
You seem very confident, sir.
So I went to the GI and I was like, I told my doctor I'm having like phantom pressures, like neurological stuff, and he was like, okay, you need an endoscopy. And that was when the GI was like, lie down and I'm going to push on things. And if they hurt, tell me.
So he was like nonplussed about your doctor referring you to him.
He's like, does any of this hurt? I'm like, nope. He's like, all right, because of your familial history of colon cancer, I'll see you in 3 years for a colonoscopy.
$50, please.
Goodbye. But then all the other shit happened, and I'd called him and was like, hey, pooping weird, stomach pain, assholes closing up on me.
Help a brother out.
Can't feel the nerves in my shitter anymore.
Sounds like one of those Christopherson songs we used to write.
Right.
Pooping weird.
Only 3 things make life worth living. It's pooping weird and not being able to feel your butthole.
For failing women.
No beehole cancer. But I do indeed have neuropathy.
And they didn't give any more specific diagnosis than
Nope.
that. They just have a suspicion that you have like a vitamin deficiency.
Yep.
Possibly. He didn't say that.
Right.
He
That
just
was
said
the
take a
internet's conclusion.
Vitamin.
Yeah.
That
Take
sucks.
a daily multivitamin.
You started taking the multivitamin?
Yeah.
You weren't taking the multivitamin before, though.
No, I'd stopped taking fucking everything. Like last month when all the last month, November, I guess it's been since all my stomach problems started.
But were you taking a multivitamin before that?
I was. And I was just like numbing my big toe. But then in like the last 2 weeks, it started getting real fucking bad and like springing up everywhere.
Hey, maybe it will help. I mean, it could even be potassium, I guess.
It could be potassium, magnesium,
Any number of heavy
a B
metals.
vitamin.
Yeah. Yeah, who the fuck knows? That's kind of the conclusion of modern medicine in the U.S. is, I don't know, try this.
Yeah.
Because like,
You can't afford anything else to try this.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was still doing keto, like, I was keeping up with all my minerals and shit because you piss out so much that
Right.
you have to or you get sick. And then when I stopped that, I stopped taking all like the supplements I was taking, but I still drank like fucking gajillion gallons of water a day. So it's possible that I made things worse by pissing out whatever was in me and not replenishing it, but I don't know. So, I mean, we'll see.
We'll see.
If not, hey, you gotta figure I did a decent amount of damage to my body in the years, so maybe I'll be dead before I'm crippled.
You think it was all the pretzels?
Yeah, it could have been the pretzels.
Pretzels were a big part of your life for quite a while there.
I haven't had a pretzel in so long.
They're so good. I haven't either, though. We have them in the fridge, or in the freezer, rather, but
And I mean,
I never eat them.
I had 2 pretzel bites one time recently.
I had 2 pretzel bites one time. I was in middle school. It was awesome.
like I still try to eat mostly healthy, but there are days where I'm like, I'm gonna get some fucking pizza. But in all that, like, if I'm at the store and I'm walking down the aisle and I'm like fucking eyeing the pretzels, I'm like, no, I can't just eat fucking bread.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
That seems like a really bad idea.
I'm gonna buy a $4 bag of carbs right now.
I'm starting to come
Carbs
around
and
on
salt.
the idea, like, and this is new, where if I'm wanting something, like, if I eat that, I'm gonna feel like shit, so I'm not gonna eat that. That's new to me.
Yeah,
Especially,
it sucks.
yeah.
It really does suck.
What really fucking sucks is when you've not paid attention for so long, and like with
But you just eat something and it fucks you up.
yeah,
Just rocks
yeah,
your ass.
God damn, what happened? That's what happened with my stomach, where I was just like, I told the doc, I was like, I think there's something seriously wrong. He's like, I think your body's just not liking something you're eating.
I had one Dixie cup, one like solo cup of an Imperial Stout recently. It was amazing. It was so fucking good. But I don't really drink beer because of gout.
Yeah.
So like I had this one though. Casey got like some crowlers from a work friend of mine, who we've had dinner with, and she was like, "Oh, I'm going down to my friend's bar in like North Carolina to help them out." And they just let me bring home a shitload of crowlers full of beer. So check out what's on tap there this weekend. Let me know if you want anything. This is one of those kind of bars that has like 80 beers on tap. So like Casey just like was like, "Here, give me these 4." And one of them was the Imperial Stout that I had been eyeing up. And so she was like, "I'll share that one with you." The next day, oh my God, I damn near shit myself. Like, it was bad.
Yeah,
Super bad.
it's bad, and I'm sure you can understand how bad this is, but trying to cut out dairy when you have a drawer of cheese,
Like dairy's a big part of your, like, not necessarily a huge part of your diet, but it's like a big part of your like culinary experience on the day to day.
Yeah, fuck, man. It's hard. It's just hard to avoid. Like I'm like, okay, it's getting to be lunchtime. I need a snack, and I go upstairs, and I'm just like, well, good thing I like apples this week, because that's all I can eat.
Yeah.
You might be able to get away with like hard cheeses.
I can do very little. I just have to look at what I'm going to eat for the day and plan where I want to take a dairy.
I have another friend who has had like a growing lactose intolerance over the years, and he can't just drink milk. That's been a thing for a long time. But he used to be able to tolerate eating cheese as much as he wanted, and then the cheese started to bug him a little bit, and now like he did an elimination diet just
Yeah.
to figure out what exactly it was that was causing the problems he was having recently, and it's soft cheeses.
Yeah,
so he can't have like pizza or like anything.
And
like
I'm not
Mott's
even
or
convinced it's
ricotta.
the dairy is the sole culprit either.
No, probably not.
I went to McDonald's on the way over here, and I know it was a fucking bad idea.
idea.
Fuck, I want McDonald's.
I was like,
now.
it's been so long since I've had McDonald's. I'm just gonna get 2 fucking McDoubles, not even like pickles on them. Just no pickles, no onions, just fucking cheeseburgers.
Just burger and cheese.
And I'd like now the guilt just sits with
Yep, the guilt too. Yeah.
you. It's like I really didn't need those, but I'm not being as strict as I was, and
Yeah, I did that. November-ish, maybe. I was just like, fuck it, no, it was December. It was while I was off over the New Year, and I was like, year's almost over. I'm gonna get McDonald's. Haven't had it all year. Got it, and I was like, as I was eating it, I was like, this
was a bad idea.
This is gonna fuck me up.
and you know, if it was good,
It's like eating a hand
you'd be able to
grenade.
say to
Yeah.
yourself like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna pay for it, but it's fucking worth it.
Yeah, it's not
good.
No,
It's not that good.
Like,
no. Wendy's would have been a better choice. Wendy's has more
Yes.
flavor. Like
Wendy's is
McDonald's
so
burger
good.
is like it's.
You can't get a Frosty at McDonald's either.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I was just like, you know what? I want McDonald's, and I got it, and I was like, I don't know why. That was a grease patty.
yeah, it's a thing where I think I got to be like, look, if I want a burger, I'm just gonna fucking go to the store and make a burger.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no,
Because,
I
like,
know I can.
I know that's actually good.
Yeah, I know I can make one better.
Like a smash burger.
Yeah, I can make some really good fucking smash burgers. I got a really good recipe.
Do you have like a flat griddle to put on your grill?
Uh,
Flat top.
yeah, I have something like that.
We want
I've
to
never
get
had a
one of those
smash
real bad.
burger.
It's not that much different. It's just
Would it fuck you up if you had a smash burger, like a homemade one? Do you think?
I don't think so.
I'll make you a smash burger sometime. I'm good at making smash burgers.
Yeah, you make some good smash
Make some
burgers.
Damn good smash burgers. Well, Ken does too, and he's right by your house. Well, like, no, not right by your house, but pretty close.
next time I
He's
smash
a
a
stone's
burger.
throw.
I would never impose on either of you to make a smash burger just so I could have a
It would
smash
be our
burger.
pleasure to
Like,
make
It is not imposing.
No.
I mean,
If we make you a smash burger, that's an excuse to make us
yeah,
smash
like
burgers.
unless you specifically said make me one, but not you. That may be a problem.
You're like, oh, no, no, I'll make you a smash burger, but that extra tag at the end there. No, what kind of cheese on a smash burger though?
What did I use last
There
time?
is a single correct answer to this question. Just FYI.
I like yellow American or cheddar. Yellow American or cheddar.
Yellow American cheddar gonna pass. Cooper.
Oh,
Cooper would be good.
Cooper
Yeah,
cheese
Cooper would be good.
is the best on smash
Yeah.
burgers. So good. And toast the buns.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Toast the buns with garlic butter.
Toast. I do it in the burger fat.
Yeah, but put some garlic powder.
I
in
guess.
there.
Yeah. I guess it wouldn't. I mean, I put a pile of sautéed onions on them.
Pile of sauteed onions, burger patty on top once you flip it.
How do I do it?
We're just going to talk about making burgers
Yeah.
now.
I'll get back to you.
We'll have a conversation
Yeah.
about this separately for the podcast.
let me hit you guys with a joke of the week, and we'll
Ah.
wrap this up.
Yeah, we've been going for 2 hours.
Damn, it was a good episode.
Good
though.
times.
We flowed pretty good this time.
Here, in its natural habitat, on a tiny islet off the coast of Belgium, we observe the majestic and elusive joke of the week.
What kind of car does an egg drive? What kind of car does an egg drive?
It's an egg drive.
Yes.
Sunny side up. That's not a car. The new
No.
Buick Sunny Side Up.
I thought Doug was about to hit me with it.
I thought I had something, but it definitely doesn't make enough sense.
Why don't one of you ask me?
What kind of car does an egg drive, Josh?
a Volkswagen.
It's better than what I thought.
Funny joke. Thanks for listening.
But you cannot around with...
You're fired, Adam. You're all washed up in this business.